you? So good.
Not well. Our democracy is under attack. It's amazing. Who would have ever believed that we would be looking at almost a coup in our Washington, D.C.,
I
right?
know, I know. It's absolutely crazy.
It
But I
is
think
crazy.
it's a perfect example of life, that life always throws these things to us, and then we need to see what to do with it. And it's amazing. I mean, it's totally amazing. It's just difficult to believe.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I just was sent a link to a TED talk. It's of how to look at resolving some of our political divides, and I will send you that link, Amelia. You can share it with everybody in this group.
Great. Something I would like to work with you also is this how to keep rooting ourselves in resilience or in calmness, even in the midst of the storm. And, and I would like to bring to you 4 symbols, which are going to make these teachings easy to remember as you are half flag on this and half flag.
You got
Oh,
one ear on you and one ear on the. No, that can wait. You have priority.
Oh,
thing is, this is just so much like life. I mean, when things are going bad, we just kind of get glued to the thing and we keep feeding it because we want to find a way out. We just can't believe what's happening. Why now? How come this could happen? And we are gearing this class to see what to do with the ups and downs that life presents to us in a political way or in a personal way. The life always has impermanence. Things go up, things go down. And if we are mainly tied to the results of a situation, then we are at the mercy of those results. And so whether they are exciting results or maybe, people will win the Georgia elections, or whether they are horrible situations like, whoa, what's going on right now in the Congress, we need to have a way to bounce back to our center, to find some beauty. And that's going to also give us the resilience and the clarity to know what to do when we have personal challenges or national or global challenges. And so I want to give you today 4 symbols to remember this. And the first one is the boat. And the boat in the sense that we are all in the same boat. And that if if people keep getting agitated in the boat is going to capsize. And so the same that when you are in a plane, you first take care of yourself to then take care of your child or whoever around. Our first duty in moments of turmoil, and really always, is to find a way to remember that we are the ones that want to contribute some kind of clarity and especially calmness to the situation. And there is a beautiful story that Thich Nhat Hanh, who is a spiritual teacher, Buddhist Vietnamese teacher, used to share, which he said that when people were fleeing from Vietnam, from the war there, and they got into the boats, and when they were in the boats, there was a lot of fear in the boats because of the storms in the sea and the fact that there were also pirates boats around that would come to try to take whatever little thing they would have and rape the women and all kinds of things. So there was a lot of fear and agitation. And the boats that survived, the people that were able to survive the odds and to arrive to a better destiny, were boats where there was a person that could remain calm and help the other ones to remain calm. So I want you to remember first the image of the boat and this sense that we need to calm ourselves. And the next image is the image of the mountain. So usually when you sit in meditation or any time that you want to ground yourself, you could sit or lay down if you cannot sit, but with the spine straight and the body relaxed, and have this sensation of being a mountain. So if you are in a meditation pose, maybe you have your legs folded, or even if you're just sitting, try to sit with the spine straight, the body relaxed, and bring your attention to your abdomen and visualize the form of a mountain, like if you are a mountain, and that you are having this abdominal breath. So you exhale, bring the abdomen in, and inhale, let the abdomen relax. And then when the time comes to exhale, again, bring the abdomen in, exhale through the nose. And for a moment, just give yourself this opportunity to sense yourself as a mountain, as being supported by the earth, being supported by the chair or the bed if you are laying in bed, and just having a sense of being like a mountain. You can remember a mountain and have the sense that you have that stillness of the mountain, or you can just sense your body, with the spine straight, sitting there, and this sense of grounding through your abdomen, grounding through your abdominal breath, grounding, having the trust that this is all part of a bigger journey of awakening and of finding better ways to interrelate and to live. And so just trusting that and going inside of you, helping your nervous system, everything, by relaxing with abdominal breath. There is a lot of connection between the digestive tube and the brain. And so when you are able to calm your body and calm the area of your abdomen through abdominal breathing, again, let's do 4 or 5 of these. Exhaling, bringing the abdomen in, and relaxing, inhaling, letting the abdomen come out. And again, when the time comes to exhale, just find your own rhythm of bringing the abdomen in, let go of anything that's worrying you right now. And as you inhale, also relax. And within the measure of what you are feeling right now, try to relax, exhale, let go of the tension. Inhale, hope, exhale, what's worrying you. And hope and trust is what helps you to relax. If it helps, you can have one hand at the abdomen and another at the heart, which already is going to help you kind of ground in this stillness that is your inner stillness. So if you can have this sense of grounding, of being supported physically by the chair, by the floor, kind of, and you breathe, relaxing, you might be able to also connect with a sense of trust that although there is turmoil right now, there is a greater sense of this also belongs to the journey of evolution and to the journey of understanding how we want to work together. So let's do 3 more of these breaths, exhaling through the nose or the mouth. If you are very tense, maybe you can exhale through the mouth. Bringing the abdomen in, and then inhaling, letting the abdomen come out. 2 more of this, exhaling through the mouth. Let's try that. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling, bringing the abdomen in, and exhaling through the mouth, letting go of what's worrying you. Inhaling, calmness, whatever amount you can master right now. You don't force anything, but just this kind of breathing helps to bring the energy from the head, who's thinking not only about the present situation, but the complications and what would happen in the future and this and that and the other. All that is wasted energy. Your duty as a human being and as a community being is to remain calm. Okay, so that's the image of the mountain. First, we have the boat, and that we don't want to keep creating more instability in the boat. We need to calm down. And then the image of the mountain with this sense of stillness, of being supported by the greater journey of life and evolution, and also being supported by the floor and the chair and your breathing, which supports calmness. So the next symbol is the valley. And the valley, I would gesture it like this way. So first we have the mountain going down this way, and then the valley comes up this way. And the valley is being open to the unknown, accepting that we don't know what's going to come out of this, but being open to, yes, this can also be an opportunity for growing, for developing, for establishing better habits personally, socially, in defense of the democracy, whatever it is that's wearing you right now. And so being okay with not knowing. Right now is a moment of uncertainty and confusion, just being okay with not knowing. And let's do this kind of movement. Let's inhale, stretching up, opening us ourselves to the possibility of new answers, and then bringing the hands together like in prayer, and exhaling and ending up in our heart, centering ourselves. If you, for whatever reason, cannot move your two arms, and let's do that together for those who cannot move the two arms, let's just move one arm up, inhaling, and then bringing that hand straight down, asking for centering ourselves. And then we're going to do one arm up, inhaling. For all of those that are even in more difficult situations than us, and it's represented for just one hand going up, and then one hand coming down, meeting in the center. Sensing the two palms together and the warmth that comes from the center of one palm to the other palm. So let's do it again with the two hands, if you can, with the two hands up, opening to receive insight, understanding, and then bringing the hands like in prayer, so bringing it more to the center, and then down, centering ourselves, feeling the warmth of the two palms, one against the other, or imagining, if you can only move one hand, imagining that the other hand is there and you feel the warmth of the centering of the palms. And now let's do it with one hand at one arm at a time for all the people that are in much more difficult situations than what we are now. And those of you that can use only one hand, arm up, inhaling, opening ourselves to what the unknown will bring, and trusting that it will also be an opportunity to center ourselves. Feeling the connection of the two hands, and one hand up for all the people that are in even much harder situations than us and maybe can only move one arm up, and then lowering and centering, and feeling the connections of the two hands. And asking ourselves, what can I contribute to this situation in my immediate sphere of action? What is being called right now? What is being called to be cultivated right now? So again, if we could work with those three areas that we know, on the one hand, grounding ourselves with the image of the mountain, and on the other hand, opening our heart to new insight, to new possibilities with the image of the valley, of not knowing, of being open and trusting that insights will come, and that this is also totally necessary for the process of evolution, for the process of understanding the whole picture and working with the whole picture. And then the fourth symbol, besides the boat and the mountain and the valley, the fourth symbol is the moon. And I want you to remember the moon like light that shines over everything, over the flowers and the stagnant water and the mountains and the rivers and the holes and the people, rich people, poor people, everyone. So that's the light that shines over everything. And in spiritual traditions, the moon is referred, in Sanskrit is called Chandra, and often is referred as Chandra Ma, our mother, the moon. And it's always a symbol of a higher understanding. So it's the light of the third eye, the light of being spirit, being embodied spirit. So our first center was about our presence in the world and feeling grounded, supported by the earth. And the second one, which is opening up to answers, is also about our interconnections. And then the third one is about being embodied spirit. And so the moon, the light of the moon is associated with the light of the third eye. And we are going to bring our hands like in prayer in front of the third eye, or just one hand if you can only move one hand. And we are going to have a few deep breaths, having this sense of the moon illuminating everything, and our own immortal nature, our own Buddha nature, our own Christ within, our own consciousness that goes beyond this identifying with a separate self. And so we are just kind of having a few deep breaths, inviting that inner peace, that light, that love that shines over everything. And here you can also ask yourself, who do I want to be today? Again, it's another form of the question, what can I bring to this situation? What is being asked in this situation? How to move beyond fear and anxiety and find this as a very rich opportunity to keep cultivating calmness, to keep reflecting in deeper and broader senses, to connect with our community. And then we lower our hands to our chest, to our breast, to the Sea of Tranquility point here. And we are going to think about one or two people who at this moment may be needing some extra inner strength and calmness. Maybe the doctors and nurses who are still fighting the COVID on top of all this uncertainty, or whoever, maybe you have some loved ones that are going through difficult process. Maybe it is even yourself. If you right now you're feeling in a chaotic state, then just first start with sending a sense of peace and calmness and trust to yourself. And then once you can connect with that for a little moment, sharing it with others. And remembering that this is a journey that it never ends. Life will always have up and downs, and then the thing is not to get so glued maybe to the news or to the negative thoughts, because they keep feeding each other, and they feed into more fear, into more closing up, into more antagonism, into more all kinds of things. So it's essential that at the difficult moments, that's the best moment to practice, to remember, oh, okay, yes, this is really difficult, but let me see if I can step back a little bit and create some space of peace. And once I can feel it in myself, let me send it to other people who are suffering. Sure, you know, some other people who are feeling afraid or anxious, or maybe they are sick. So just at that moment, share with them this that you are feeling now of greater peace, and that will multiply it within you and also will have an effect on them. We are all truly interconnected. And so that's another reason why we don't want to keep cultivating fear or anxiety in us, because it's more solar panel cells that go dim. And we need the solar panel cells, each one to light up in whatever measure we can, so that other cells can light up. That's what I would like to share with you today, as we are in the midst of something pretty challenging and complicated, that we take everything as an opportunity to grow. The other day I heard someone saying, was talking about initiations, and how in the tribes and some other cultures they send the young people, the man, for example, young man with a spear to confront the forces in the forest and maybe kill the first lion or whatever, somehow deal with all the fears and feeling um, not powerful, and then he comes back to the village. And then someone asked, well, what does initiation initiate you for? And it initiates you for the next initiation. So I think that 2020 was in a way a kind of initiation with some challenges and roughness and some good things that also came out from people working together to overcome those challenges. And I think it has been the perfect initiation for 2021, where the problems are still there and we still need to keep having this inner strength, this resilience, rooting ourselves in resilience so that we can be available to others. And so I recommend these practices of the remembering about the boat, that you want to be the peace in the boat so that it doesn't get so agitated. And this is also the general state of consciousness. The more people that are afraid, the more that it creates this bad energy field of negativity. So the boat, you want to be the peaceful person that helps others when the boat is rocking. The mountain, cultivating that sense of inner stillness, of being supported by the chair and the floor, but also finding inner support within you through the abdominal breath, and maybe one hand at the abdomen and another at the heart. Finding this tierra firme, this firm land, the support also within you, working with your nervous system through the breathing. So that's a mountain. And then the valley, opening to the unknown and trusting that clarity will come, inspiration will come, and other answers. And, praying for that and trusting that's coming. That's the valley. And then the moon, which is this other center of energy that we have here, which is about light and inner peace. Don't just be totally lost on negative reactions or thoughts or whatever. Just raising above the situation and trusting that this is part of this evolutionary journey, and bringing that peace and that trust and that knowledge of your own inner essence, your Buddha nature, your Christ nature, your consciousness, to be embodied in you. Having a few deep breaths and exhaling, inhaling light, exhaling, letting go, and leaving in the hands of God, of consciousness, of the universe and its journey of evolution, everything that's not in our hands. And then working with what we really can do, which is within our sphere of action, and ourselves, taking care of ourselves so that we can be available to others. So I hope these are easy practices and that you will remember the 4 symbols that I just shared with you. Came to me this morning during my meditation as I was contemplating the state of the world right now. And I'm thinking, what could we celebrate together, and how could we prepare ourselves for whatever comes, and always be resilient, having inner strength, peace, and clarity. That's what I wish you for 2021.